Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Command Combat Battle Reports. We continue the Blood, Guts, and Glory Tank Aces campaign as American and German forces clash in the Lorraine Valley near Ericourt. Both sides are being scored based on how well each individual does in his battles. There is one player for each of 3 pads, green, red, and blue. The players are scored individually and as a team. Whichever team scores the most points wins the campaign, and the individual who scores the highest single points is the top tank ace. Today's battle will actually be in the vicinity of Ericourt, the 3rd stop along the green path.
The fog is lifted and armies be flanked normally in a dust-up scenario. How's it look out there, Yankee Joe?
Well, the fog's lifted, but these darned hedges are hard to see through, I tell ya. They're gonna make maneuvering a pain in the old spare treads, if you know what I'm saying. Lance has a friend to help him put down his tracks, and he's setting them up in 2 rows behind the hedges so they can't be seen. Dave is setting up his Panthers along the road. Lance comes into this battle with 2 major victories, racking up 27 points. He'll have 4 76mm Shermans, 2 with hedge cutters, a jumbo, 2 105mm Shermans, and 2 M4A1 Shermans. His 105s and standard Shermans start off in reserve.
Hi. We've got 2 more tanks than we did last time, but I understand the Germans have some extra tanks too. So we'll hopefully try for a quick encounter where we can get some kind of an advantage.
Lance's best tank is the 76mm. It's a Sherman with slightly stronger armor and a much better gun with an AT-13. Lance's tank ace is one of these, and he has the abilities Prior Experience, which allows his ace to re-roll a failed 2-hit roll, Spray and Pray, which allows his ace to fire with a full rate of fire, and Lend a Hand, which gives the ace 1 extra shot if he remains still. Dave Martinez has 1 victory and only 14 points. He's bringing 4 Panthers, 3 Panzer IVs, and 3 Stugs to the fight. However, his Panthers are the only ones that will be on the table at the beginning.
So right now my Panzers are on reserve, and my plan to start out with is to just take my Panthers up the middle, and basically I like to plan on the move, because through my experience, if you come up with a plan ahead of time, it almost never goes the way you think. So that's my plan.
His best tank remains the Panther, with its fast speed, great armor, and huge AT. Dave's ace is in one, and he has just a few tweaks, which gives him the ability to go 4 extra inches per turn, and location, 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 which allows him to go even further if he passes a skill check.
These 2 real-life veterans have been pounding each other the entire time. They're evenly matched. Dave, the German player, had the first victory, and Lance, the American player, took the next 2. It'll be interesting to see who can take the 3rd and final round.
Today's game is at Game Ogre, a wonderful store in the San Fernando Valley. Now, on to the first American turn.
Lance looks like he's ordering Greg's tanks around the flank, or at least a portion of them. The others are keeping their cover behind the hedgerow. They're keeping themselves hidden from those larger tanks until the support can arrive, I think.
I don't blame them, but Dave's not going to let them get away with that. He's rushing the hedgerow with 2 of the tanks and securing the flank with his tank ace, Hans Gruber, who's using his extra movement to get up there. Gruber fires, and he hits Lieutenant Lance, the American tank ace. If he destroys it, that's an automatic point for the Germans. Oh, but he rolls a 1 on his firepower roll. Lance is only stunned. Another Panther fires, but is forced to hit the jumbo, and it bounces off. Gruber needs to get back during his stormtrooper move, but he fails his roll. His flank is wide open to the American tanks behind the barn. Now for the Americans' response. Their tank ace is out for the moment, but the ones on the flanks jump out of hiding, and the others rush the hedgerow, getting several flank shots. They fire, and that's 2 burning Panthers. The Germans are already down by half of what they have on the board.
The remaining tanks are going to have to hold until help arrives, which isn't until turn 3. Their tank ace switches into another tank and fires back at the Americans.
1 hit. All right. Destroy.
They take out one of them on the flank, but the ones near the hedgerow are still up and still dangerous.
Back to the American turn. Lieutenant Lance gets back into action, which could mean trouble for the Germans with his extra shooting and hits. His other tanks move up over the hedge and get onto the Panthers' flanks.
So we'll take up the whole row. There you go.
The ones on the far end fire and take out the rear Panther, and the others pummel the front one. The American Shermans have destroyed all of the enemy Panthers before they were able to get their reserves on the table.
Oh, well, that was a quick game.
It really was. That's another point for the Americans. They now have 6 points to the Germans' 7. It's a close game. If Jeff or Michael can win their games, the Americans might be able to take this campaign. On his score tracker, Lance has maxed out his points and gone 8 over for a total of 36. Dave, meanwhile, is a ways behind at 15 points. Let's see how he thinks things are going.
Well, the whole thing was a mess. My lack of strategy didn't pay off this time. They were just faster to the trigger than I was. I was flanked and I was destroyed pretty quickly. And hopefully the next game will be better.
Well, things went pretty good. We had a few tanks off board, and I was worried about that, but as it turned out, our initial campaign was so successful we didn't need them. The Germans came right down the center of the road, and we were very successful in surprising them on both sides. We had to do some tricky maneuvering over a hedge, and if we had gotten bogged, it could have changed the whole thing, but luckily we passed and we were able to envelop the Germans completely, and we had good die rolls, and we had 4 flaming Panthers.
That's it for this round of Blood, Guts, and Glory. To see more from this campaign, click the part of the map you want to see. Or to watch more Command Combat Battle Reports, go to www.commandcombatreports.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our show on YouTube.
Also, be sure to join us for the Grand Battle Royale, when all the American and German players from the campaign go head-to-head in the mission Out of the Fog.
Should be exciting. Happy gaming, everyone!